Hello everyone and welcome to the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, which plays host to the penultimate round of the 2015 CRC World Championship, coming to you live from Interlagos. And the main interest going into this race is whether Alex Moores, will he clinch the title today? That is the big question, because if he outscores, if he's able to outscore Will Essie, then he's champion. And as he's on pole with Essie starting 9th due to a gearbox failure in Q3, then it's starting to look pretty likely that Alex Moores is going to do it today. But it's a 71 lap race, a lot can happen at Interlagos. So don't say it's all done yet. So you can't say it is all done yet. But there is still a lot that can happen. There's 71 laps to do. But will they be able to do it? Of course, Alex Moores has already clinched the Constructors. So a lot can happen. In this race. But we are just getting ready for the national anthem. At the moment it is James who is doing the Twitter feed. It's not iFoz because he hasn't come on yet, but hopefully there'll be a decent Twitter feed here today. But we're almost ready for the national anthem of Brazil. Of course, all the support here for Lucas Quinstina as the drivers are just heading to the front of the grid to get ready for the national anthem of Sao Paulo, of Brazil. Lucas Quinstina, there'll be all eyes on Lucas Quinstina. All eyes on Lucas Quinstina this weekend. He's in a car that can consistently score points. Now it is time for the national anthem of Brazil. As the crowd are loving that. Of course, it is almost time. We are 13 minutes away from when the lights are going to go out here at Interlagos. For what is going to be, it's going to be a long race, 71 laps for these drivers to complete. And of course, as we've seen, a lot can happen at Brazil. Of course, 71 laps. It's a fairly short track, but a lot can happen. There are many difficult corners. But I think the corners where it's all going to happen, I think the corner we're going to see the most overtakes is going to be the Senna S. I think Senna S is where we're going to see a lot of overtaking today. I think we're also obviously going to see some overtaking down into the Cida de Largo. So a lot can happen. But also, they're not the only places where we could see overtaking. Maybe turn 8, we could see some overtaking. Maybe into Pinarino. Maybe into Bico de Pato. But of course, Senna S, where it's all likely to happen. The Senna S is where it's all likely to happen, considering the fact they've got all the way up from Junção up towards Senna S to be able to close. And then the DRS is enabled before the pit entry. And then they head up towards the first corner in the braking zone. So a lot can happen there going into the Senna S. 10 minutes to go till lights out. I'll be right back. Then it's going to be. Hang on a minute. It's going to be very interesting. This race is. A lot can happen. 71 laps. But for Wadesi, if he wants to win this race and stay within championship contender, he really does need to make the ground quickly. I mean, he's in a fast Roca, so he does really need to clear all these cars quickly. And I'll be right back, then it's time to almost get things underway. So, still got a bit of time before we head to the KSR coverage. It's As I said before, SC really, if he wants to win this race, or at least have a chance of winning it, he does need to make those moves ASAP, because what he doesn't want is Esli to disappear off into the distance. That's what he really doesn't want. Seems like iFoz is here, so he will be probably doing the Twitter feed. Make sure you get onto Twitter. For the Brazilian Grand Prix. iFoz F1 and James if he doesn't do the feed yourself, but predictions for the top 3, that would be nice. Of course, this is the penultimate race of the season. A lot of battles to be resolved in the, particularly the Constructors' Championship as well. Particularly the Constructors, there is a lot at stake there, because obviously, I mean, of course, the drivers is very important, but for the teams, the Constructors is very... But for the Teams Championship, it's very important for the teams that they get some good results. But we're almost ready to go to the KSR coverage. To the feed where we'll obviously be bringing you the live coverage of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Now it's time to go to the KSR coverage. The Brazilian Grand Prix is 5 minutes away. Hello everyone, welcome to Sao Paulo, which plays host to the penultimate round of the 2015 CRC World Championship in what really could be a crucial one. Alex Moores has a good chance of clinching the Drivers' Championship today. And I mean, really, he has had a very good season, hasn't he? I mean, yes, Wesley has been unlucky, but you do have to say, he still has been there to pick up pieces, and he has really been there to... And you have to say, he has really done a good job to be in this position. And this is going to be the biggest, probably the biggest race of his career so far. And he knows it. He really does know it. He knows that the championship is within his grasp. He's gonna have to really go for it in what is set to be. I think this could be an interesting race here at Interlagos. Of course, the penultimate race of the season. Everyone will be desperate to be able to make up some good ground. But also some people will be a bit tentative as well, because what they really do not want is to get themselves a penalty in the last race where a lot is at stake. That's what these drivers really will not be wanting to do. So with 3 minutes to go till we get underway. But it is a very interesting circuit, this is. I'm pretty sure you can name all the corners because they're all so iconic corners. Every single one of those corners around this circuit. For example, you have the Senna S, which Ayrton Senna himself, the reason why it gets its name, Ayrton Senna himself helped design it. You have the Retroposta heading down there, down the Retroposta, which is the straight after Senna S. Then you have the Cida del Lago, a lot of overtaking can happen there. The Ferradura, really hold your breath stuff. You have Pinarino as a banked corner, you can take it with more speed than you'd imagine. The Bico de Pato, a lot of some overtaking can happen there. You have Majullo, a very fast banked corner, and Junção, obviously the corner where Lewis Hamilton took the title in 2008. And then of course we have the very long section, but we're almost set for the penultimate round of the 2015 CRC World Championship. Of course, 2 weeks from now we have the finale in Abu Dhabi. I think we could be in for a very interesting one today. As we're almost set. Here on the 22nd of November 2015, we're almost set for the formation lap to get underway. I think we are in for an interesting race here today. Whoever's doing the Twitter feed, make sure you do tweet when the formation lap gets underway, that the formation lap is underway, and then of course at the start of the race tweet like lights out and stuff like that. But 71 laps. There will be to do here today at Interlagos. You can see the 28 strong field, no HWR once again, but we obviously know that they're going to be back in Abu Dhabi. And the formation lap is underway as Alex Moores leads the field away as they head into the Senna S. Now we're going to give you our usual rundown of the grid. On pole position, it is Alex Moores ahead of Hannah Duran in second. Will Buchan, once again, a great qualifying for him, starts in third on the grid, with Matthew Toussaint lining up in fourth. Fifth place, it is Jack Baldwin ahead of Dan Milner in sixth, Lucy Woodward in seventh, and Matt Coombs in eighth. Woodley lines up in ninth ahead of Kieran Hardy, who starts in 10th, having failed to make it into Q3, but promoted by penalty. Chantal Hawk, as a result of her engine penalty, starts 11th, behind ahead of Dan Phillips in 12th. Luke Julian lines up in 13th, ahead of James Humphries in 14th. The home hero, Lucas Quintanilla, starts in 15th, behind Tom Mongol in 16th, Toby Jones in 17th, David Bland 18th, Tom Farrow-Smith in 19th, 20th is Chloe Carter. 21st on the grid, we have Zach Sadiq, with Kerry Ann Peace in 22nd. Harvey Williams lines up in 23rd with Louise Morrow 24th, Maxim Dugala 25th, Joshua Moore 26th, James Casey 27th, and it's Elliot Everson who rounds out the grid. But as they're lining up on the grid here at Interlagos, here we go. The cars are lining up and they're all in position. Here we go. Is Alex Moores going to be able to clinch the championship today here at Interlagos? It's lights out, and away we go. Will Buchan make an amazing start. Alex Moore's really struggling. Hannah Duran goes straight into the lead. There's already contact behind. We already have absolute carnage behind. And that is one of the Shantana rear wings. It's Hannah Duran who leads the way. But surely that is going to be a safety car. We already have a safety car. As Alex Moores heads down into the Cedar de Largo. Heading into... I thought Wesley was involved in that incident. But Alex Moores has taken the lead of the race. But we already have a safety car. I'm not sure what actually happened there. Safety car deployed already following a start line incident. And already Chloe Carter has taken a massive chunk in all of that. So what actually happened then? I know Wesley was involved in all of that. So he makes a very good start. Kieran Hart, I think Hardy, both Hardy and Essie, that was a bit of both. And then they all just bunch up. And Chloe Carter is going to be out of this race. So Chloe Carter is out. Alex Moores. We already have a safety car on lap 1. Kieran Hardy into the pits. To be honest, I think that was a bit of both Hardy and Essie. I think that was a racing incident, to be honest. But that has moved Essie right down into 16th place. The safety car deployed after Chloe Carter. It's an incident that happened even before they got to turn 1. And Max Gala and Kieran Hardy have pitted for, obviously, for damage as a result of that incident. Max Gala's lost his front wing in it all. So it was an incident that took place even before they got to turn 1. And then you can't really blame Wandragala for it because he had absolutely no time to react. He went straight into the back of... But what Essie has really lost out as my monitor there turns off, so I couldn't see, but I can actually see via Open Broadcaster. It's annoying when my monitor does that. So Max Wandragala is still in the pits. Kieran Hardy has caught to the back of the Crocodile. Kieran Hardy has caught up to the back of the Crocodile, so he can make up ground. But to be honest, let's have a look at the replay. We'll be able to see regards. So he got off the line. Wood Essie got off the line very well. Yeah, I think Essie shouldn't really have moved across, but I think Hardy did have plenty of time to react to that. Yeah, I think Hardy was more to blame for that. I think Hardy did have plenty of time to react to that, but the safety car is coming. Max Wandragala has retired from the race. Of course, that is his race done. But safety car in this lap. Safety car is in at the end of this lap. But Walesi has now got it all to do from 16th place. And also, he probably has damage. I think Kieran Hardy did have plenty of time to react to that. So, I think Essie shouldn't really have moved across, but Hardy, I think, should have avoided it, as I said. But the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. And Moores didn't overtake Duran on the safety car because there's no... They are allowed to overtake till they cross the line in CRC. I'm doing a few of the tweets, but whoever else is doing them, please do still do them. But it's just a question of how Alex is going to get this restart. Here we go for the restart. So the safety car will be peeling into the pits. So it comes into the pits. And when's Alex Moore's going to go? He's backing up the field now. And Alex Moore's is backing up the field. When's he going to go? And he's bolted now. So Alex Moore's, I don't think he got that restart completely perfect. A lot going on up towards the first chicane. Surely there's going to be some form of contact there. As there's a bit of contact there. That is the Coombs GP of Matthew Towson going off already. Will Essie lose a bit of ground? That is the Coombs of Matthew Towson and Jack Baldwin coming together, unfortunately, on the restart. And here's Will Essie on the inside of Kerry-Ann Peace as they head up towards the Siege de Largo. He has already started to make up ground, which is what he needs to do. But just he needs to be really careful not to get involved in any incident. He's up into 14th from that incident. But Alex Moores has got that restart absolutely perfectly. But what happened there between Towson and Baldwin? They came together. Yeah, that was an utter... No, that was not on from Jack Baldwin. That was an utter dive bomb, and that's probably completely ruined Towson's race as well. But Jack Baldwin's going to have to pit. But Alex Moores is already starting to streak clear. And look who's up into 8th place at his home Grand Prix. Lucas Quintanilla. He's already up into 8th place after the restart. He's really benefited from all the incidents that have taken place. Here is Lucy Woodward. Oh, she's come together with Toby Jones. So much going on. A massive block up. Toby Jones surely is going to have to be removed from the game. There's a massive block up here. Toby Jones is removed from the game. And Walesi and Lucy Woodward have come together. Surely that's going to be another safety car. And I think that means Alex Moores is champion. Lucy Woodward gets removed from the game as well. Sadiq and Everson are taken out. Surely that's going to be another safety car. And we do have another safety car. Safety car deployed once again. What a chaotic start we have seen. Jack Baldwin's out as well. So we have another safety car once again. So Walesi's been involved in 2 incidents, but I don't see how he's going to, even if he does make up ground. To be honest, if I was him, I'd pit and get the damage fixed now. But we already have a second safety car. Lucy Woodward gets taken out of the race. Toby Jones is out as well. Second safety car in the first 6 laps. I think Walesi should really have pitted. Jack Baldwin's out. Elliot Everson and Jack Baldwin is out of the race, and so is Zach Sadiq. So we have a second safety car. For now, James Casey up there in 14th place as a result of it all. Chantal Hawk dropped back. It caused a massive block up, but I thought we were going to have red flag for a moment. We've lost 7 cars from this race already. But Woodward, to be honest, at fault for that. So I think Lucy Woodward will be in a bit of trouble with the stewards. Fingers crossed when the safety car comes in again that we are going to be able to get back underway for real. Safety car in at the end of this lap. In an action-packed start to this Brazilian Grand Prix. to the penultimate round of the 2015 championship. Wolesley's at the back of the queue, but I think Wolesley's made a mistake here to not pit. Because then he could get the damage fixed now. It would all be out of the way. And then he can fight his way through the field. Then say if Alex has a DNF, then he has a chance of staying in championship range. From this race, we have lost Zach Sadiq, Toby Jones, Elliot Everson, Lucy Woodward, Jack Baldwin, Max Tagala, and Chloe Carter. But safety car in at the end of this lap. Fingers crossed we're going to get some racing in now. This is of course when the pit stop phase starts, going to bunch up the field. To be honest, Woodward was at fault for that instance, so I think she might have a penalty coming her way for Abu Dhabi. A safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Now, come on guys, we hope we have a clean start. Safety car in. So how's Alex going to get this restart? He doesn't bunch them up as he did before last time. So I think he knows Essie is at the back of the field. As they head up towards the centre S, there's going to be a lot of moves once again. And that is Luke Julian going down the inside of Matt Coombs. And they all get recover though. That's going to split up the field a little bit. And it's benefited Will Esley. Chantel Hawke, who's not had a good start to this race. That was Luke Julian and Matt Coombs. Both Coombs speeds have really been in the wars so far. Will Esley has made up ground. Got a bit of incident here. That is Matt Coombs again in the wars. Oh, it's Matthew Towson who's in the wars once again. Coming to grief with someone. As Louise Morrow gets down the inside of Will Esley. Chantel Hawke make... But Alex Moores is streaking clear. Let's just hope that we are able to get through these laps without any silly incidents. As Alex Moores leads from Hannah Duran. Dan Milner is in third, with Will Buchan behind in fourth. They've not got DRS yet. And it's James Humphreys defending from David Bland, heading up towards, I think it's Towson. I think it's here where a lot can happen. And we have managed to have a couple of racing laps. As Alex Moores leads the way, Dan Milner defending from Will Buchan. But it's now is the time. Will Esley needs to make those moves. He is on the inside of Chantel Hawke, and he has managed to make the move stick. Now his next target is Kerry-Ann Peace. I think Will Esley's going to be the one to watch in these early laps, but he needs to just not make any silly mistake. It's James Casey who's backing all of these people up. I wasn't expecting the first few laps to be this chaotic, but it's a 3-stop race, so it's a long race. A lot can happen. And it's going to be this lap where they're going to get DRS. And Will Esley has got the run on Kerry-Ann Peace, heading up towards the centre S ahead. Louise Morrow versus James Casey. James Casey goes to the inside to defend. Esley going for the inside. That was a very late lunge. What a move from Will Esley. That was one of his best overtakes of the season. That was very opportunistic. As Louise Morrow about to make the move on Elliot Everson. And Esley having a little... on James Casey. And Esley having a little look down the inside as well. As Alex Moores still leads the way. At the front it's not that action-packed. But in the midfield, It is all going off here at the back of the field. To be honest, I think James Casey should be absolutely easy prey for Wesley. I think passing these cars should not take that long for Wesley. But it's going to be when he gets up to the front of the field where things are going to get interesting. Here he is behind James Casey. And he is definitely in perfect range of James to be able to make the move. Obviously, even if James has DRS, with the run that he's going to have down the straight, you know, James goes to the inside and Essie's just going to breeze past. James is not going to make it easy for him. James didn't make it. That was good defending there from James Casey. His moment of fame. James Casey has managed to fend off a Yanata Roka. But this has put Chantel Hawk down the inside. Down the inside of James as well. And Kerry's now going to get down the inside. I'm not sure what Essie would have enjoyed that much. But that was very good driving there from James Casey. And now Essie has to do all that again. As Alex Moores up front is pulling away. But behind Durant and Lucas Quintanilla, he's having a very good race here today so far on lap 12, and I'm sure the fans are really enjoying it. Wesley behind Kerry-Ann Peace he's going to have to go to the inside, I think, but Kerry-Ann Peace goes to the inside with James Casey, and could Essie get past the pair of them here? And it's Kerry down the inside of James. Essie's not. This is not easy for it. These guys and girls are not making it easy for Will. But he almost comes together with Peace. But I think he's managed to get past Kerry now. He's passed them both, I think. Yep, Essie's through. That should be the move. Well and truly done and dusted for the pair of them. Also, with all those cars being taken out in the early stage, there's less back markers for all these guys and girls to negotiate. Matt Coombs who's probably got damage. But I think if Wesley can stay within championship reach, as James Humphrey took a little look down the inside of Matt Coombs. As Will Buchan really starting to attack Dan Milner. Hannah Duran starting to pull away from that lot a bit. So how quickly is Wesley going to catch up to Chantal Hawk? But the fact there was a safety car for that instant has put Wesley right back. I think he could get some points today if he really drives well. Tom Farrow-Smith running well in P13 so far. It's really shaken up the order. That's what you get if there's a shaken up grid. Lucas Quintanilla now right behind Will Buchan. And I'm sure the crowd are really enjoying this. They're going to be winning him on. I can tell you the crowd are cheering, but for some reason he has not got DRS. He's going to have a look down the inside of Will Buchan, and he has made that move stick. Lucas Quintanilla takes fourth from Will Buchan, and there's an eruption from the crowd. And the crowd, I'm pretty sure, are absolutely loving that. As Will Buchan has a look. Be careful, Will. Don't take Lucas Quintanilla out of the race. Otherwise, I think you're going to have to get out of here in a helicopter. As here is Matthew Towson about to make a move on Tom Farrow-Smith. Tom Farrow-Smith is able to hold it around the outside, though. Tom Farrow-Smith is doing a good job to defend off the Coombs GP car. But there was a massive eruption from the crowd at turn 1 as Lucas Quintanilla managed to make that move on Will Buchan. in that DMAD engineering car. Lucas Quintanilla. His home race could not have gone much better so far. But there is still a long way to go in this race. And now Will Estley is catching up to Hawk, but it's this train of cars that once he gets through, then there seems to be a bit of a technical issue with DRS though, because they all seem to be closing it before, as Will Estley sets the fastest lap of the race. He is flying at this moment in time. As Will Estley's got a run on Chantel Hawk, but he's going to be careful as Matthew Tewson having another run on Tom Farrow-Smith, but he just cannot make that. Oh, we've got in contact behind, and that is Louise Morrow and Joshua Moores coming together, and this has allowed Will Estley through. So what happened there? To be honest, Louise Morrow at fault for that. Will Estley did get slightly held up, but he got through. And it has helped him a little bit. But going into turn 1, they're having to do it the old-fashioned way. Because DRS, for some reason, is not working. Because it was working qualifying, so I have no idea what's going on. So they're all having to do it the old-fashioned way going into turn 1. But Tewson now on Tom Farrow-Smith. And finally, has he made that move stick? Yep, it looks like he has finally made the move stick on Tom Farrow-Smith. As Will Estley and Chantel Hawk fighting it out. But Will Estley, did he make it round the outside there? He has to go defensive there. Up towards the Retroposta. Up towards the Cid de Lago. Yeah, he drafted past. Hawk went for the move. Estley is through, so Will Estley is making up ground. But still, I don't understand. Still, I really do not understand why when the safety car came out, Estley probably had damage. He did not pit. I don't understand why he did not pit, because he's probably going to have a long stop because his car has taken quite a few knocks. As here you've got ahead, this is Kieran Hardy on Tom Farrow-Smith as they head up towards the first corner. And Kieran Hardy covers off the inside and he has managed to defend that position. And now Will Estley's going to have the run on Tom Farrow-Smith as well. But he's going to have to really be careful here. He goes down the inside. And he has made that move stick. Another amazing move from Will Estley. He is pulling off some incredible moves today. He doesn't need to be risking this. I mean, really, he's got nothing to lose in all respect. He's got it all to win. He's the one with it all to win. It's Alex Moores, the one with it all to lose. There's no such thing as a KSR red button. And now, look how quickly he has cruised up to the rear of Kieran Hardy. And he's got the move done on Kieran Hardy. There's a bit of contact. I'm not sure who was at fault for that. Obviously, those two came together even before turn 1. But Estley is through. Estley's up into 14th place. And he's only a few positions away from the points. He is driving. I think, to be honest, you do have to say Will Estley, driver of the day so far. By a mile. I mean, yes, I think the chances of him winning this race are very small. Because look how far ahead Alex Moores is. He has dominated this race so far, has Alex Moores. And now Esli versus Tucson. He's cruised up to the back of Matthew Tucson here. And with the slipstream and of course DRS, this is surely going to be an easy move. Not quite, because Tucson tries to hang it around the outside, but Esli's through without a problem. I mean, this really does show the advantages of that United Road. The way it's able to just size its way through the field, the way it's going. But I believe we've got the pit stop phase coming up. And now he's got Harvey Williams to see if he can pass. Obviously, Harvey Williams was a front runner last year. For Mossert, things have not gone well so far this year. And surely he's just, because judging, yeah, he just breezes past. Because we know that Mossert's so lax in straight line speed. Esli really making up ground the way he'd want to do. Dan Phillips is the next target for Will Esli. As Alex Moores still leads the Brazilian Grand Prix. So let's just have a look at the gap between him and Esli. 25 seconds, which is probably going to be quite a tall order, especially with damage in the pit stops for Esli. Then you've got the likes of Tucson, Hardy and Hawk. As Tucson is about to get down the inside of Harvey Williams, but Harvey Williams is able to hold it round the outside, and Tucson's able to make the move stick, and this is going to allow Kieran Hardy to make the move. We're seeing, since the safety car came in, we're seeing some great racing here today. We're seeing absolutely fantastic racing. I believe the pit stop phase does get underway next lap. As lap 22, so is anyone going to be in this lap? I think we could see some cars in this lap. So Alex Moores, no pit light for him yet, no pit light for Duran. But since the safety car came in, we've seen great racing here at Interlagos. When it started off with 2 safety cars. No pit signal on yet for Alex Moores. Nothing for Duran or Milner or Quintanilla or Buckner. I think they're the safety car allowed. Oh, Esli's in this lap. That is interesting. Will Esli is going to pit at the end of this lap, so he thinks he's going to have a long stop due to damage. He's getting it out the way now. He's going to get that long stop out the way now. That is crucial. So into the pits comes Will Estley. I think this is a good decision from Estley. I mean, he should have done it onto the safety car. Got a Coombs GP in as well. I think that's Coombs. Yeah, this is obviously going to be a long stop with all the damage. Coombs is gone now. I mean, with all the damage, this is expected to be a long stop. Louise Morrow's got a bit damaged. He gets out now. So now Will Estley is hopefully going to have some clear track. Look at Alex Moores. He's pitting now. Oh, Hawke and Morrow getting very close in the pits. They're all coming in now. But Essie's going to have a clear track now, and then he can see if he can undercut anyone. And this is an absolutely trouble-free pit stop for Alex Moores. A bit of a yellow flag somewhere. James Casey battling it out with someone. They're all. Lucas Quincy is in the pits as well, but he's going to have to wait for a few cars. Kieran Hardy, I think Kieran Hardy could possibly go to the end. I think he could have a massive factor in this battle. So a few cars staying out. So Tucson, a lot of people are going to have long stops. So Essie may have to do some of this work that he did again. Tucson with a long stop because he had some incidents. Harvey wins. Where is Will Essie? That's the question. He's in 13th. So clearly, making the pit stop then was the right decision. He's actually managed to jump Dan Phillips. So Will Buchan is temporarily in the lead of this race, but he's yet to stop. He's in now. As Alex Moores retakes the lead. He gets going. Where is Will Buchan going to come out? Kieran Hardy's still there. He's going to be in this gaggle of cars. Has staying out worked for Will Buchan? I think he is going to be very close to Lucas Quintanilla on pit exit. I'm sure the Brazilian crowd will be hoping Quintanilla is able to stay ahead just of Will Buchan. Kieran Hardy is still there, but he is yet to stop. Farrah Smith into the pits. Essie starting to catch up to Tom Mungle and Luke Julian, David Bland. He's getting close to the points. So what is the gap at the moment between... It's 37 seconds on lap 25 of this race. I mean, yes, he's not going to win this race, but we could see a good drive from him that will prove his star quality as a driver. Alex Moores now sets the fastest lap of the race. He is in an absolute class of his own at the moment. But let's see what lap time is. Will Essie going to beat that? That's the question, because yeah, I think Will Essie does have more pace than Alex. As he heads into Yung Khao. Coombs as Kieran Hardy is into the pits. So, what lap time is this going to be for Will Estley? It's the fastest lap of the race on a 1:11.0. And Kieran Hardy, where is Hardy going to feed out? Because he obviously probably has damage from the incident. But now Kieran Hardy comes out behind Matthew Tucson, ahead of Chantel Hawke. And Will Essie's starting to close. He's almost back in the points now. I mean, he had a couple of dramas. He had the incident with Kieran Hardy. He had the incident with Kieran Hardy up front at the start of the race, which led to Chloe Carter and Maxim Degala being taken out of the race. As Will Essley, look at how close he's now starting to get to Tom Mungle. He's already starting to naturally go to the inside. But I think he's going to have his hands full going down the Retroposta to be able to defend from the Inasaroka. And Essley is through before the braking zone. So Will Essley is now back in the points. This is turning into a great drive from Will Essley so far. It's Alex Morse that still leads the way. So when's the first back markers? They're not far away, the back markers. There's James Casey, Tom Farrar-Smith, Louise Morrow, Joshua Moores, obviously, these people, I think he will lap, but they will be harder to lap. I don't see him lapping Essie. I think Essie could finish on the lead lap because unless he has some problem, because he is looking very strong in that Inasaroka. He has a lot of pace. Closing on to Luke Julian and David Bland. And Lucas Quintanilla is he is driving really well. Clearly D-Man have been focusing on race pace, because in P4 at the moment, I think this is his strongest drive of the season so far. To get that D-Man engineering up there in 4th place at his home Grand Prix. I mean, people say Will Essley is driver today, but don't forget Lucas. Lucas Quintanilla. There's Kieran Hardy here, you've got right behind his former teammate Matthew Towson. They're both coming up behind Kerry-Ann Peace, who's somehow managed to get up there into 14th place. Oh my word! Towson almost gets squeezed straight into the wall there. There's a gap in the Armco. Towson almost getting squeezed into the wall, but he's got through. Apparently Towson said, "Can you please tell that Will Spinlocki to calm down," on the team radio. Just have a look at that again. Oh, that was so close. I thought he was going into the wall there for a moment. That. And that was so close for Towson. That could have been a horrible accident. Tom Farrar-Smith, I think, should really have... Well, Kerry-Ann Peace, I think, should have given Towson more space. Getting squeezed into the wall. Alex Moores is the race leader still. Lap 31. 40 laps still to go. Essie's now starting to catch up to Julian and David Bland. Essie does know how to overtake around this track. In the 2009 race, he fought his way from the back to third. So Will Essie does know how to overtake round here. When he lost his front wing in the early laps from the lead, and then was able to get all the way up to third. So Essie does know how to overtake round here. But as Will Essie now about to get past Luke Julian without a problem up into 9th place. And then Will Essie's now got David Bland to pass. To get past. And then next up the road, it is Matt Coombs, his ex-teammate. And some people keep calling. Essie's going to go for the move. Oh, once again! Same with a similar circumstances to Tucson. Bland almost squeezes Essie into the wall. Stop again. Stop breathing there. Once again. Coombs now behind Humphreys. Yeah, I'm just having a look at the chat. There's not really much. If you have any questions, put hashtag ask CRC. If you want me to interact with you. But now Essie's going to go via the inside of David Bland. And he gets through up into 8th place. Without a problem. Next up, Matt Coombs. Well, if you've just joined us, the reason why Will Essie's so far down, he got involved in a couple of incidents that were not his fault. But he has driven brilliantly since the second safety car. He has driven so well. Reminiscent of his drive here in 2009. The way he's been progressing. We're approaching half distance of this Brazilian Grand Prix. Lucas Quintanilla is starting to get really close to Dan Milliner in the battle for 3rd place. As here is Matt Coombs and James Humphreys, as Matt Coombs has made the move on James Humphreys' stick in the battle for 6th place. Coombs having spent so long behind James Humphreys. He has finally managed to get through. The reason why I want to hashtag to ask questions in the comments is just so I know it's a question. I'll only be answering the sensible questions, by the way, as Lucas Quintanilla is starting to get very close to Dan Milliner. I think this lot are all wary of SC because I think SC is, because he's not that far behind that gaggle of cars. So we're going through Ferragura. But if there's another late safety car, that could really help Esley. Yeah, Alex Moores did lap James Casey. We didn't see that. Tom Farrar-Smith is the next back marker. Then there is... So it's Tom Farrar-Smith is the next back marker. Then there's Moores and Morrow. Peace in 17th. Hawkins 16th behind Harvey Williams, who's having another tough day. I believe if Duran finishes where she finishes now, she will secure 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. As Lucas Quintanilla once again just letting Dan Milliner know that he's there. But the thing is, he just doesn't have the straight line speed that the Master Force has. So Alex Moores still leads the race. But Walesi's proving that he has the upper hand in terms of pace. I mean, I think it, to be honest, for him, it's going to take Alex Moores having some incident with back markers for him to be able to do anything in regards to the battle for Alex Moores, with Alex Moores. As he heads up towards, as he's now starting to close on to the rear of James Humphreys RTS. I can't even see the emoji, so I can't really answer. But SE continuing to progress. So, starting to really catch up to James Humphreys now. And Matt Coombs as well. I'm getting a bit concerned we might see an incident later on. If the driving standards continue as it is on the straight, then we might see someone getting squeezed against the wall. But as Walesi gets down the inside of James Humphreys without a problem. Next up, Matt Coombs, his ex-teammate. And then it is the battle for second place. He does have quite a bit to close before he gets there, but he does definitely have the pace to get there before the end of the race. This has been a good drive from Walesi so far. I don't think he's going to do it down into the centre S. Or he might. He's going to have a look down the inside of Matt Coombs. And he has made that move stick. And that is another position gained for Wellesley. Now he's going to set himself up to catch up to Will Buchan, Lucas Quintanilla, Dan Milliner, and Hannah Duran. This has been a very sublime drive from Wellesley. What an interesting race we're seeing here today. So, Lucas Quintanilla is still about hanging on to Dan Milliner. That's 31 laps still left to run here at Interlagos. Essie has, I think it's going to take at least 10 laps for Essie to catch up to Buchan, Quintanilla, Milliner and Duran. Don't get your hopes up too high, Essie fans. You're going to curse it so stuff doesn't happen. Now Alex Moores has got his brother to lap, and that is Joshua Moores, who he puts a lap on. And look at Quintanilla now. He's got a great run on Dan Milliner, heading into the centre S. But Milliner is able to hold it round the outside, and Quintanilla had to back off. Now he's going to have a run. The fans are absolutely at the edge of their seats. I can tell you right now, especially at the Retroposter, I'm pretty sure, but he's unable to make the mistake. They're all cheering the DMAD Engineering driver on. This has been a great drive from Lucas Quintanilla. And of course, they've got one thing that also could make difference. They've got the back marker of James Casey, who was running well in the early stages. I think Duran will lap Casey without a problem here. Yep, she does. But it's going to be when this lot get up to Casey where it could all go off. It's this battle where it's all expected to happen, especially with Essie closing. So, Buchan 27 seconds off. Where is Essie when it changes? Doesn't come up. He's like 37 seconds off, I believe. So, oh, that is James Casey really getting in the way of Dan Milliner. And it could really help Lucas Quintanilla here. And Will Buchan as well. So how long is it going to be? They're all stuck behind Casey. This is, of course, going to help Lucas. I'm sure the fans are just hoping Milliner's got through. I'm sure the fans will be disappointed with that. And now Casey's really holding up Quintanilla. And Quintanilla does get through. Buchan's going to be left to deal with Casey. Now once Essie has lapped Casey, then That could cause... Look at the rate. Esley is starting to catch up to this battle. And I think once he gets up to the back of them, they might all have their hands full to be able to fend off that rapid Yunatoroka. Piece is just lapped by Alex Moores. Question I'm going to ask you all, who would you say is driver of the day so far? Pit stops this lap. We have Essie's got his pit light on. That is very interesting. That means he won't have to deal with James Casey. So would Essie going short? And could he maybe be able to undercut? Could he maybe be able to undercut the likes of Buchan, Quintanilla and Milner Duran? I saw a position change there. No, I didn't. But Esley's in this lap. Esley is coming in to the pits. Milner's in as well. Dan Milner into the pits. He gets going. Essie gets going. He had to wait a little bit longer than he would have liked there for Matt Coombs. As on pit exit he goes. He's behind Tom Mungle, who is yet to stop. Alex Moores is in. Chantal Hawk in ahead. Obviously, I think she's going to be lapped. Having a difficult day is Chantal Hawk. Another difficult day. Alex Moores gets going. I think there is going to be another pit stop phase. Duran's in. Quintanilla. So Quintanilla's going to have a good... He's going to lead. Well, he's not going to lead, but he's going to be running in second, having not pitted. It's a long stop for Duran. She's going to be ahead of Esley. So Duran exits. As Hardy gets past Coombs. I think Hardy could go to the end, possibly. Quintanilla and Buckner are in. This is where it's all going to get crucial in terms of their battle with Esley. Because Esley has not really been held up by anyone, so... So with Quintanilla coming into the pits... So into the pits comes Lucas Quintanilla. Where is Will Essie? So Quintanilla and Buchan come in. Of course, Tom Mungle hitting. That's going to cost him a little bit. So where's Quintanilla? Where is... They're racing Milner. going to be very close between Quintanilla and Milner. Milner's ahead. So Dan Milner has got ahead. And there is Wesley there in the background. He's going to have a bit more momentum. And it's surely going to be a few more laps before Esley is able to get past Will Buchan. It's not going to be long. So this gaggle of cars maintain formation. And look at how much he is catching Will Buchan already. Here is the race leader, Alex Moores. Back marker exiting the pits ahead. Still 20... Oh, Duran's got an engine problem! Hannah Duran has smoke pouring from her car! Hannah Duran is about to retire! From second place! There's no way that engine's going to get to the end. This will mean she will have an engine penalty at the last race as well. As Coombs and Hardy continue to brawl it out. So, Duran is about to retire. Yellow out there. Something's happened somewhere. We may have had another retirement. Humphreys is out. That's James Humphreys gone from this race. Essie's still not managed to get past Buchan yet. But he's looking very close, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did it now. Yes, because he's got the straight line speed, but Buchan's going to have the inside line going into the corner. But Hannah Duran is about to bring that car to a stop. And Duran is out. As Quintanilla gets round the outside of Dan Milner. What a move! Milner makes a mistake. Quintanilla up into second place. And now Milner really having to defend. So Quintanilla up into P2. What a drive. And the crowd are absolutely loving that. But I don't think he's going to stay there for long, because look at Esley. He's got the run this time. He is going to try to get it down the inside, but as Buchan goes down the inside, this is proving a lot trickier for him. But could Lucas Quintanilla possibly get a podium here today? This is looking like a very good drive. In the battle for second in the constructors, Duran's retirement could be crucial with Milner in third. So Duran will not secure second. Also, how's Hawk going to get the... Is Hawk going to be able to fight her way into points? 20 laps still left to run here at Interlagos. It's looking really likely we are going to see Alex Moores take the championship here today. As Esley gets it on the inside, he doesn't get squeezed so dramatically close to the wall. Oh, Buchan coming together with Dan Milner. He completely dived with it, and then he just lets Esley through. I think as an apology That did not a move that was never going to work. And he collected Esley in the process. So Esley's car takes another knock. But now Esley's got Milner and Quintanilla left to get past. It wasn't a huge knock Esley's car took. There's Hardy and Hawker battling out, as I just saw. There's Esley starting to close onto Milner and Quintanilla, who is driving an absolutely sublime race here today. Alex Moores is still about to lap Hardy. I think with them both out of DRS, I think they should be. They won't be too hard for Esley. As Buchan heads into the Ferradura. But Quintanilla could have a podium here. As Esley, as you can see, is getting visibly closer to Dan Milner. He's not able to do it going into the Senna S. DRS for some reason is not working down the pit straight. Down the Retra Posta. He of course has DRS. Milner doesn't. And he is easily up into third place. So Esley back onto the podium and is now starting to catch up to Lucas Quintanilla. And I don't think it's going to take too long for Esley to clear Lucas Quintanilla. At his home Grand Prix. He's got the run now. And I think this is just going to be simple once again. He is through into second place. So Esley has made his way through the field up into second place. He was last at one stage and now he is in second. What a drive this has been for Will Esley. So what is the gap between himself and Alex now? 35 seconds. Yeah, to be honest, I think that's going to be a bit of a tall order for Esley to close. To be honest, I think Esley's now going to have to hope for a mechanical failure to happen, or an incident with back markers to happen to Alex Moores. That's what Will Esley's going to have to hope for, to be honest. But that drive from Will Esley Yellow out. Someone's retired, I think. I don't see who has. It must be just a small... mistake from someone. Hardy's not making it easy for Esley. This is not what Alex Moores needs. As Chantel Hawk gets past, now Alex Moores does get down the inside of Kieran Hardy. Now Dan Milner is starting to get close back up to Lucas Quintanilla, as Alex Moores now puts a lap on Chantel Hawk. Some drivers we need to watch is the likes of Towson and Hawk and Hardy, who are starting to catch up to Phillips. Of course, when Alex Moores laps Phillips, then that's when we could see them make huge inroads. Dan Milner is looking strong in that DMAD engineering car. So we're starting to calm down a little bit now. So Esley in second place. It has been a very good drive from Esley with but at the moment still, despite all the efforts that Will Esley has put in, at this moment in time, it looks like the championship is about to be won by Alex Moores. I mean, there's still 13 laps to go, but it's starting to look like this championship belongs to Alex Moores now. Oh, look at Dan Milner right behind Lucas Quintanilla now. Esley's off. Esley has dropped these two. As Alex Moores starts lap 59. Looking back from Lucas Quintanilla now. So, is Dan Milner going to be able to pass Quintanilla at his home Grand Prix? But Quintanilla is going to be wheeled on by the fans to be able to defend this position from Dan Milner. I thought Milner's car had cut out there for a moment. Alex Moore's still got a couple of back markers. He's going to lap Casey again. So we've got 11 laps still left to run here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. Tom Mungle starting to catch up to Luke Julian. Alex Moore. Oh, Alex Moore is out! He has been taken out of the race by the Coombs GP. Alex Moore is out, surely. That's going to be a safety car. I said I was worried there was going to be an incident there. Alex Moore is out of the race. A massive crash. And this is going to promote Wesley into the safety car will be deployed in one more lap. Wesley is going to be promoted into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Alex Moore is out. Wow. Now that puts the championship back on. Wow. The championship battle. So, it's Tucson who tries to put a lap on. I think Tucson gave him space. Tucson did definitely give him space. Quintanilla's gone! No! Lucas! Lucas Quintanilla has gone from this race. He will be devastated. So will the fans. But Wesley, after all that has happened to him, is going to retake the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Safety car will be deployed. And now Wesley leads the Brazilian Grand Prix. Wesley is in the lead of the race. I'm sure. And this means no more back markers. There is a pit stop phase still to go though. Don't forget to put this all on Twitter, whoever's doing the Twitter feed. But that, wow, that is massive for the championship. If it stays like this, 3 points in it. But there's still a lot. We said anything could happen at Interlagos. And believe me, it has just happened. Alex Moores tries to lap Matthew Tucson. He hits the wall. The field are going to be regrouped. But we've lost Lucas Quintanilla from this race as well, unfortunately. But he's done his fans proud, I'm pretty sure. He has really done his fans here proud. Third safety car of the race. But Alex Moore's getting taken out, or not, you can't say taken out. And this was just outside the no safety car period. So, And someone who could benefit from this is Kieran Hardy. So I think Hardy is the person who really might have a massive role. But if it stays like this, we hope it does. We would love to have a title decider in Abu Dhabi. 3 points in it we'd love to have. Alex Moores, who had dominated this race. Alex Moores. Who had completely dominated this race. And we're hearing there's going to be it was a mistake from Alex Moores. He had plenty of space to avoid that wall. And could that have possibly cost him the title? Safety car in at the end of this lap. In a thrilling Brazilian Grand Prix here today. There's James Casey who's being lapped that might cause a bit of a kerfuffle behind. But believe Essie was in last at the start of the race. And now he is leading the race. Safety car, he's now got this restart to do. And when's he gonna go? He's gone now, and he's got that restart correct. But is Milner going to be able to get on the inside? Yes, he's got that restart correct. Here comes David Bland, who could be on for a very good result here. And that is Kieran Hardy, who's gone off. And he's collected multiple cars. And that has eliminated Hardy from contention. Chantal Hawk, we're in the no safety car period, so there can't be a safety car. Tom Farrow Smith's out. Yep, Chantal Hawk I think is going to be out here, but she's got going. But Essie leads the way. David Bland up into 4th place. But now Will Essie can really... He just has to coast that car to the end. What a drive from Will Essie. But don't speak too soon yet. There's still 7 laps to go for Will Essie to do this. Will Buchan versus Dan Milner possibly. This late safety car has really brunched up the field. As Dan Milner defending from Will Buchan. In an action, we once again see an action-packed race in Brazil. But as David Bland has got down the inside of Will Buchan, who made a mistake off of the chicane. And he is now into 3rd place. This could protect Dan Milner. David Bland up into 3rd place. I don't see how he's going to stay there. Because he's got that very fast Baranasso behind. And look who's on the exit of the points. Kerry-Ann Peace. I'd say this is probably the 3rd best race of the season after Sochi and Malaysia. David Bland driving very well. But Essie still leads the race. But there's still a pit stop phase yet to go. Will Buchan's gone. Will Buchan's out. That's a shame. After such a strong drive, Will Buchan has retired from the race. But I don't see how anyone's going to go to the end to the rate of the race. But it's Wood Essley who is the race leader. David Bland could be on for a great result here today. Coombs into the pits. So the final round of pit stops is underway. Did he take any damage earlier? Just wondering if there's... So that looks a bit strange, the reason why he's pitting that early. I don't believe he did. No, he didn't. His car didn't even take any knocks. So Coombs in. Essie's in this lap. So's Milliner. Bland's going to lead the race momentarily. But I think could Coombs possibly get an undercut here on both, particularly on Bland. I think Coombs could be on for a podium here. But let's see how Yanasaroka get this stop. Final stop of the race for Will. Into the pits. So Bland is going to temporarily take the lead of the race, but he's going to lose that soon. Into the pits. He gets going. It's a good stop. But he could be out right in the thick of it here. Hawk's in as well. He's just ahead of Harvey Williams, crucially. Yet Hardy's still yet to stop. I think Hardy could possibly be a massive factor in this race. Now, but being caught up in the train that he's caught up in, I think Essie will not take long to catch, and him being on the tyres, even if he doesn't, I don't think Essie will take long to catch up. So David Bland is coming in. This is going to be vital. This is an exciting race. Luke Julian stays out, but he's still got to pit. David Bland comes out. Where is the likes of Milliner? But what about Coombs? There is... It's going to be very close between David Bland and Dan Milliner. Milliner's in front. So Coombs has not managed to make that undercut work. So Julian, Tucson and Mungall. Hardy, I think, might go to the end. But look at the rate Essie's catching. I think Essie should have no trouble. I think as into the pits comes Luke Julian. Tucson and Mungall. Yet especially as Hardy is on the... As Essie sets the fastest lap of the race. And Essie takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Hardy could get second in a good drive, a recovery drive. After it was Hardy he connected with to start off with. What a drive, as Coombs right behind David Bland in the battle for 4th place. He's going to send one up the inside. Is this going to stick for Matt Coombs? They're side by side. This is amazing racing. And Coombs has made the move stick. Hardy is not going to pit this lap. Is he going to be able to nurse those? Because he's probably got absolutely no tyres left. And Milner is going to absolutely try to... Milner is going to, I'm pretty sure, is going to try all he can to close with that tyre group as Wesley starts his final lap of a thrilling Brazilian Grand Prix. Heading into the first corner. But what a race we're seeing here today. Louise Morrow and Tom Mungle battling it out. As Morrow doesn't do what Alex Moores did. And the two of them battle it out. Hardy's going to go to the end. What a drive from Kieran Hardy as well. But Wesley, he was in last in the early stages. And now he is leading the race. Final lap of the race. What a drive from Wesley. I think this could go down as one of his best victories of all time. As one of his best wins. As Wesley heads up the hill for the last time in a thrilling Brazilian Grand Prix. Wesley is going to round the final corner. Wesley, he was in last at one stage, but he is going to cross the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix and put the championship back on track. Kieran Hardy takes second. Dan Milner is going to take third. Matt Coombs is going to take fourth place, ahead of David Bland in fifth. What a race! That was a thriller. Whew. Wow! Luke Julian takes the final point. And now it really is game on in the Drivers' Championship. 3 points in it. The gap is down to just 3 points. Wow! Wesley is back in it. Bring on Abu Dhabi. The season finale. That will probably go down as one of his greatest wins. A great drive. I mean, yes, you might say he was lucky with Alex Moores having the problem that he had, making that mistake. But it is Esley who is victorious in Sao Paulo. What a race. That was an absolute thriller. We said anything can happen at Sao Paulo, and believe me, it did happen. Wesley takes a thrilling win. Yeah, in my opinion, I just put it in the chat. I think that was race of the season. That was, and that probably, definitely the drive of the season from Wesley. He was in last after lap 5, and the way he fought his way back through the field to take victory. I mean, yes, Alex Moores had the incident with Yes, Alex Moores had the incident, but you can't take that away from Wesley. To get those 25 points, the gap going into the finale is down to just 3 points. Bring it on. Wow, bring on Abu Dhabi. accidentally clicked play replay when I was in all that excitement when I was trying to rename the replay. So I have to wait for it to load. But who is going to do it in Abu Dhabi? This championship is back on. We all thought it was over before this, like a few races ago. 3 points in it. Going into the season finale. Just how close it got. Make sure the championship standings have been updated. They might have been updated, I'm not sure. Because someone did that for me last week. Which was really good. But Brazil produces a thriller. Brazil. Interlagos, what a racetrack that is. In my opinion, I think that was race of the season. That shows how good the racing in CRC really can be. I'm pretty sure even if the fans would have been disappointed to see a double or Lucas Quintanilla retire from a possible podium position. Even though the fans will probably be the Brazilian fans probably, I'm pretty sure they had their entertainment. The gap is down to 3 points going into Abu Dhabi. I'll be right back, then it's time for the podium. They all raced hard. Yep, Duran is still. Yet Chantal Hawks dropped down to 7th. Her season's really not gone well. But 2 retirements and 4 wins in a row for Will Esley. We've got the podium celebration coming up, making sure the constructors' standings are going to be... Making sure the constructors are updated. But 3 points. We have got a finale to look forward to. Yet Masterforce are back ahead of Dork. That could be an interesting battle going into the finale. But heartbreak for Lucas Quintanilla, having driven so well. But that is the constructor standings. Updated. Coombs GP are ahead of Baranasso, which is what they were aiming to do. Obviously, disappointment for Baranasso with a double retirement. But Estley, what a drive from Estley to have been in last, having to overtake the entire field and to get all the way back to the front. I mean, like 10 laps in, like 6 laps in, if someone said, Will Estley's going to win this race, then people would have said, you are on drugs. How did he do that? I mean, yes, finding his way to the field has been his weak point this year, but he just sized his way through the field. He just sized his way through the field to take a win. I'm sure this is what we want to see in Abu Dhabi, and what has been a season-long duel between the two. We are going to see a championship decider in Abu Dhabi. It's always going to go down to that. Who is going to be 2015 champion? We all thought it would be done today. But it was not. As the podium, we're almost ready for the podium. Interlagos. But who is going to win this? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. It's really... Because 3 points in it, Estley wins. It's basically going to be whichever of the Asarokas wins, that is going to take the title. It's all going to go down to that race. It's going to be that race that's going to decide it all. Three points in it. Here we go. For the podium. The podium celebrations after a Brazilian thriller. Third place onto the podium is Dan Milner. Second place onto the podium, having won this race last year, Kieran Hardy. Good drive from Hardy to salvage what he did. But it's Will Estley who is victorious in Interlagos. And now, for him, it'll be the British national anthem in a thrilling race here at Interlagos. As now the trophies are about to be presented, Will Estley is going to take, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of his most satisfying trophies. He holds it up with joy. So as the Constructors' Trophy is about to be presented. What a drive from Estley. There's no second place trophy is going to be presented to Kieran Hardy. And now the third place trophy is going to be presented to Dan Milner, who lifts up the trophy. The podium party leaves. It's now time for the drivers to get busy with the fizzy, and time for Wood Esley to get a well-earned glug of the champagne. He really did deserve that win. You can't say, anyone who says that Yatharoka is OP and says that was not a good drive from Wood Esley, you've got something wrong with you. That was drive of the season. A well-deserved win for Wood Esley. In a Brazilian thriller. As the crowd chanting Esley's name once again. He is back in this championship fight with 1 round to go in Abu Dhabi. So, oh, wow. And we do have some penalty decisions coming in. The first thing that has come up is the fact that, no, obviously, Alex Morrissey had said it was his mistake he hit the wall, but they have warned drivers in response to that, because that was not the only incident. There were a few close calls with an incident like that. Just to be a bit more careful when defending, otherwise penalties will be awarded. No action will be taken on the start line incident, which caused Chloe Carter to get taken out. Lucy Woodward has been handed 2 penalty points for causing a collision with Toby Jones. Getting the penalty points sheet up. So Lucy Woodward, and also she has been handed a 10-place grid penalty as well. Her first penalty points of the season. Lucy Woodward has been handed a 10-place grid penalty. And Jack Baldwin has been handed 2 penalty points for causing a collision with Matthew Towson. But trying to see it, remember if there was any other incidents that should be investigated. I can't seem to remember there being any. And Louise Morrow has been handed a penalty point for causing a collision, a small collision with Joshua Moores. So that means the only driver who's going to get a race ban this year is David Bland. But the season finale is beckoning. And also, let's have a look who's got an engine penalty. We know both the Yatharokas don't have engine penalties. But Jack Baldwin has been handed a 5-place grid penalty as well. And Lucy Woodward a 10-place grid penalty. So they're both going, so they're the penalties. Now let's have a look at who has an engine penalty. So drivers who lost engines, Lucas Quintanilla has an engine penalty, we know that. Everson, who will go into the race with another engine penalty. But no, not really many. It was really clean racing we saw today. The racing, that was what we want from all those drivers. The drivers raced hard in a clean, fair way. The drivers raced hard. So, losing an engine, we have Elliot Everson. So he's going to have another engine penalty. James Humphreys. He's going to have another engine penalty. And Will Buchan, I believe this puts him on an engine penalty as well. Yeah, Will Buchan has an engine penalty as well. I don't know why people are blaming Tucson for the incident. I don't know why, but Duran has an engine penalty as well, because she lost an engine. Coombs and Tucson will not have engine penalties. Esley will, neither of the Atarokas will have engine penalties. And also, Max von der Gala has an engine penalty as well. Yeah, Will Buchan has an engine penalty. Lucy Boober doesn't have one, but she will go into the final race. But the season finale is beckoning. And whether you're Team Esley or Team Moores, you should be pleased that it's going to go down to the wire. This title is going to go right down. Obviously, Lucas Quintanilla has an engine penalty as well. This championship is going to go right down to the wire. Elliot Everson is going to be using an 8th engine. So, with engine penalties for the next race is Max von der Gala, Will Buchan, James Humphreys, Lucas Quintanilla. It wasn't an engine failure he had today. And Elliot Everson. They are the drivers who go into the last race with penalties. None of the Anatharokas do. So, it is going to be a full-on fair fight between and Elliot. Three points in it, going into Abu Dhabi. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for watching what was a thrilling. We had a peak concurrent of 7, which is of 8, because IFOS had to watch via the CRC, was watching via the CRC channel. So that means a peak concurrent of 8, which is a good number. You all got to see that thrilling race. I'm actually, and now I'm going to put the Rate the Race on Twitter. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the season finale in Abu Dhabi. Who is going to be crowned 2015 CRC World Champion? Will it be Will Esley, or will it be Alex Moores? See you in Abu
Still got
Dhabi.
a bit of time before we head to...
See you in Abu Dhabi for the season finale. Goodbye.